Hi guys, welcome to OG Cars, and in today's video we're saying goodbye in a way to the white Wartburg because it's about to be meeting its demise. Unfortunately, we don't have any more interest in parts of it other than right-hand drive parts, and to be honest there isn't a whole lot left anyway. When the bloke from Ireland came over, Colin, he took obviously the blue Wartburg and various bits off this car, so he's taken the rear wings, the boot lid, a few things from inside. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I do want the wheels off this car, I do want the right-hand drive parts off of it, and I do want to take a cut from the near side rear wheel arch, as this one is actually, very surprisingly, in better condition than the one on the left-hand drive, which is otherwise pretty good. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll do a few things there, and yeah, we'll see what we can get off. It is very warm, and Ed has very kindly given me this cold Coke, which is very refreshing. And we've got this Ryobi angle grinder. This is actually brand new. I managed to get it on the Halford steel, where you get a free 2 amp hour battery as well. It comes with a 4 amp hour, but obviously the 2 amp hour will be a good backup should I run out of battery in that one. I've bought these DeWalt discs, which I was recommended by the Irish bloke, which came and cut off basically the rear wings. The front bolts won't come out, so we just ended up cutting a few bits. So yeah, he recommended these discs, so I bought a pack of 10 of those. It comes in a nice little metal tin, which is in the bottom of there. So yeah, we're just going to see if we can cut off that rear wheel arch now. And here is that horrible arch on the brown and beige Wartburg. And here is the rear panel that's cut off of the white one there. Now you can see it's just flapping around in the wind, not really attached to anything, and this, yeah, there's nothing under it. So this should hopefully join up to what we have there. So yeah, that's a job for another day, but at least it's cut off and ready whenever we get around to this car. Surprisingly, one of the mounts on the side of the bonnet was quite strong, so just cut that off and threw that away as well. The bonnet is toast anyway, as you can see. All the edges are ruined and it's just, yeah, just meh. So that's one, another bit for the bin. So with the bonnet off, I now want to get the steering rack out. So these track rod ends, they're going to be toast anyway, so I've cut the ends of both, and now we've got the inners just flying around. Obviously we want to get the whole box out here. So I've also just cut off this mount here, so the column and rack are intact. The mount in the middle was all messed up anyway, so that has dropped somewhere on the floor. That's fine. It's got like this rubber piece which has 4 bolts and nuts through it, holds everything together. So that's all off. Now I just need to unbolt all of this, and hopefully the steering rack will be out of the way. And after a couple of 13mm bolts later, that's literally it. The whole rack is out. So while we're on the topic of right-hand drive steering, let's just tell you something else that we found out about this car. So Simon David Clamp, the person that bought my Mandarin Wartburg Night from me, you guys may remember, he basically managed to give me some information on the 3 of these cars that I bought as a trio. So obviously I bought them from a bloke in Derby. He had bought them previously from a guy called Tony, who had had them for a very long time, and unfortunately they've sat and sat and sat. But essentially I found out that this white one was not actually a Lancastrian. It is a 1982 Wartburg, as the registration in the back suggests, of course. But it's actually a Belgian import, which was left on drive, of course, and was converted in the UK using right-hand drive parts sometime later. So that's fairly interesting to know. So yeah, sorry to everyone who I told a fib to. It's not actually a Lancastrian. It's a 1982 original left-hand drive from Belgium, converted to right-hand drive. Either way, unfortunately, it is seeing the bin. But there's something interesting for you. The blue one we found out was obviously an original 70s UK car, but unfortunately has sat since about 97, 98, and it did have a new crankshaft when it was parked up, but obviously it's all a bit meh now. So it's being cut up in Ireland, and it will be used. All of the parts will be, of course, going to a good home, so that is a good thing for that one. And such is the simplicity on these cars, with just a few more bolts down here and one more bolt at the top here. The whole steering column just pulled out as well. All I had to do was just lower the lower dash trim in there, and out it came. So in addition to those steering parts, I've just taken off the wheels and the front brakes as well. I've literally just taken off the front calipers, as the the rest of it isn't in too great a condition. The back plates are all ruined anyway. So yeah, it's dropped on the floor, ready for a high-ab to come over and take it whenever. Now, there's not a lot left of any worth on this car. The windows obviously are in good condition. Otherwise, the front seats are okay, and the gearbox is probably okay as well. I did check the gearbox oil on the dipstick there, and it did show as okay, and it does sort of move on the old gear stick there. So that's something. But what I'm going to do is just offer that up to the group, as obviously I've already got spare gearboxes and engines and all sorts of other bits. So I don't have the room to clutter up anything else. I need to get rid of things as it is. So I'm going to list this up on the Wartburg group today and see if anyone wants the other bits. And yeah, failing that, the rest of it will be off to the scrapyard, heaven in the sky. If we pop over here, you can see our haul from today. We do have the chassis plate and one of the original plates off the car. I'm not sure what the other one's off. And we've got a set of 4 wheels. Now these are the disc type ones, which will fit on the brown and beige one, as that currently has early style drum wheels on, which unfortunately the front wheels foul on disc, so you can't move the car unless perhaps if you get spaces, not sure. But anyway, those wheels would go with that car. We've got the calipers there. I assume you can get rebuild kits and stuff with them. We've got the rack, we've got the column, and yeah, that is it. Well, saying that, I have got the rear arch, which was there, and that is in the brown and beige car ready for me to do. But yeah, otherwise that is it. The bonnet I've just chucked in the back, and there's plenty of scrap metal here to go in and go with the car when that goes. So yeah, that's the next plan. Load it up and get it gone, unfortunately. It is obviously a sad demise for this car, but a lot of the parts are going to help other ones, and ultimately there wasn't a lot left anyway, so we've salvaged whatever we really can. The engine obviously is full of stuff and it's just so rusty. There really wasn't a lot more I could do with it, and nobody wanted to take it on, and I don't blame them. It would have been a very, very brave restoration. Just look behind the rear panel here especially. That is all completely gone. The rear sills, the floor, just the whole body was just naffed, and the chassis may have been better in places, but ultimately I can't actually open this door. But yeah, all the doors are ruined as well. Look at all this, and the edges of the floors are gone. So not as bad as the blue one had, but bad enough anyway. I just wanted to say a big thanks to everyone for following the mega trio, and now it's down to just one, because the rest of this will soon be crushed. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.